misleading as well because it doesn't show you the full story there of each of those interactions, like how many swipes you did or anything. None of that matters, frankly.
Well,
Like, I find that to be very.
I think it's incredibly misleading for a whole host of other reasons.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of reasons that it's misleading, but I think that one is demoralizing to people in a way that's weird, like really bad. You know, it's not benefiting anyone to put that out.
Have you heard of this concept of the missing reasons?
No.
So this is so fascinating. I got to send you all this link. This is one of the most brilliant psychological explorations that I've seen.
I sent you the mushrooms, by the way.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Try that.
So there's like, if you look at posts online, especially about relationships, there's this great psychologist, I think, or maybe it's not even a psychologist, who wrote this book about the missing reasons. So it is, so basically like when someone shares a story online, there will be things missing from the story. And the things that are missing from the story are really where the money is. Are there situations where you feel like solving the puzzle hasn't worked?
I wouldn't say solving the puzzle hasn't worked. It's just solving the puzzle led to a kind of a solution that I didn't want. But sometimes that's the best for everybody involved. You know, and that's an awful solution to that puzzle, man. But sometimes it's the right solution. You know.
Oh, I'm so curious because you said that you'd been doing stuff for Second Life for 5 years when you were 20 years old. That means you started when you were 15.
Not 20. I think it was actually around 23 when it all went wrong. I was in my early 20s.
It's like in half of the cases, they're like solid red flags. So in one case, 22-year-old.
I'm interested in what kind.
Yes, a 22-year-old with basically no career prospects, asking out a 16-year-old. Right, so big no-no.
Whoa.
With parental awareness, so there was nothing shady. So like the person like went over to the 16-year-old's house and was like, "Hey, I would like to take your daughter on a date," and parents were actually like okay with it. And
how old was the person?
22.
Oh man,
maybe 21.
Even then, that's
so right.
If you turn around, and you go, but maybe I suck. And then you work on it. You go and look at the analytics. You find out where were you sucking. You find out like if your build is even making sense. Were you building, magic into MR, right? Basic stuff like that. Like you have to think about your own performance because you can't control your teammates' performance, but you definitely can control yours. And that's the best thing you can start at. And then if you're doing that, you can set an example for your teammates, and maybe they modify their behavior well, and then you win.
Innovate the healer, kill the mastiffs. We got this. In the sense of
War something?
Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you? People think that I got my job at Blizzard specifically because of him. In reality, I only had help from him in order to do my resumes.
And I got that job because of nepotism, because my dad was the cinematic director for Blizzard. In 2004, I worked on World of Warcraft Vanilla. And you're absolutely right. I got the job that time from nepotism.
A good example of this, being incredibly transparent with things. Right? Transparent with business, transparent with the ferret rescue, transparent with that. I found very early on, one of the first things that I wanted to fix was we were starting a game studio, and I wanted to do a Kickstarter. And I found that the general standard was there's a whole bunch of these games that do Kickstarters and they run away with the money. So I was like, how do I fix that? And the compelling factor, stepped in and said, why don't you stream all of it? Why don't you just show everybody, right? And it kind of breaks the perception of, I can't stream as a programmer, I can't stream as an artist, I can't stream at these types of things. I can't show people the world this. And it also breaks the perception of he's not working on anything. I can see him working. It removes any whispers of that immediately because people can see it. There's a track record for that.
I don't like working on Heartbound on stream for a couple of reasons. One, people get really mad about spoilers, like they do, and the amount of viewership tanks by about 30%. That's not good for the community. It's not good for what we're doing. It's not good for revenue. None of that is good. On top of it, I find that I freeze up when I'm writing on stream. I am shit at writing with other people watching. It makes me very nervous, and I just don't want to do that anymore.
What the fuck is up? What the fuck is up, guys? How are you all doing? I'm doing wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I was not expecting this week in the slightest. TBH. Yeah, I was not expecting... Well, you'll see soon. I was not expecting to be linked in Pirate Software's Discord, ? That was very strange. I mean... I cover him so often, I guess I should have expected it at this point. But you know what we'll be getting into. But yeah, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Also, the clip that I had at the beginning there was a little bit from the Pirate Software video I've been kind of teasing a lot. From whatever, what is it? Probably like 2 months ago at this point. But yeah, we'll be getting into his stuff today. So I guess where I should start, I think the last time that we talked about him was when he got called out on Twitter, or not on Twitter, it was during like the big live stream or whatever. I got called on Twitter. Oh no, it was the Mike guy. I actually showed this tweet on my stream. I think last time I talked about it. This one. And like the Mike guy in his Discord is so fucking annoying, dude. I hate him so much. But anyway, we will be getting into this. I think this first clip is probably what I want to start off with. So let's get started.
As possible. To be honest with you, with the monthly builds now coming up, I have a restriction on me where I have to produce content for you every month, and I can't just keep pushing it off because I'm busy with everything else that it takes to run a business. This forces my hand to make sure that I have to stay accountable to you guys and release new content for the game. That's going to make it easier for me to do this, and now that Shay is actually less busy as well, it's going to be easier for Shay to build this kind of stuff too, because she has a day job. Shay actually goes and is a exotic vet assistant at an exotic veterinary, and that helps a shitload for like running the animal rescue, running the ferret rescue. So Shay was super busy with art. I was too busy to do art, rather. Shay was too busy to do art stuff. I was too busy to do programming stuff. And now we're not. The machine is in place. We can go build.
Interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. So this video is in reference to how he wanted to do monthly updates, right? He said he was going to monthly update his Heartbound game, and he's been very spotty with it. Only 3 months in? He's been very spotty. Like, the first month, fine. It came out on the 1st. The second one, it came out on the 2nd. He was, like, coding it on stream, like, very haphazardly. And then this one, the April update, has not come out yet. He has his excuses for it, but I'm imagining that he actually just didn't do shit for it, you know? But yeah, this video was him saying that he wants the community to hold him accountable, to make sure that he is able to release these updates, right? And it just hasn't happened. It just hasn't happened. And I really sit and wonder why. I contemplate, I think hard and strong about this. Man, why can't he release the updates on time? I wonder why. It surely it can't be the 12-hour streams where he plays Monster Hunter. Surely no. Those are way too important. Way too important. Let's continue. So, from his Discord, he posted this. Suddenly, around midnight, he said, honestly, the amount of negativity when I do release content for the game doesn't really make me want to work on it more than I am. I set out each day with 3 to 4 hours of dev time and I get that finished. I communicated the delay both here and on Steam. The amount of people acting like the world has ended over an update being delayed on a $10 indie game that's been in development for years is absurd at best, and more likely just a means to bash me at this point. If you're so invested that you act like an asshole over it, go somewhere else. I just want to work on my game and get the parts that I want to work on right so I can tell the story I want to tell. Shitting and crying isn't going to make it faster, and it's obnoxious for everyone involved. Average Silk Song fan behavior is not something to aspire to. So he crashed out. Utter crash out, dude. Total crash out. Like, I'm not sure what prompted this. Well, we'll see in a second what prompted it. No, I do know what prompted it. I do. So if you haven't been in the Discord, if you haven't been keeping up to date with it, there's been a couple people like asking questions, being like, when's the update coming out? When's the update coming out? And then people suddenly started getting a little bit more critical and like raising an eyebrow to it, which is understandable because like when you say you're going to update your game every single month, you shouldn't be surprised that people want your game to be updated every month, bitch. Like, they're trying to hold him accountable, and yet he cries about it? Question mark? Cries and pisses and shits about it? Like, damn, dude. Crying and shitting and pissing on Discord. And then he posts this. This Ricky guy says, Jesus, chill. He says, no. Legit sick of this shit. Every day it's another wave of entitled children acting like it's the end of the world over some new nonsense. Your post the other day was an example were used into rage bait online and try to incite more shit to come to our Discord. And then my tweet that got linked into this Discord. The amount of bad actors doing this shit at this point is fucking insane. So yes, I'm going to ban people for this shit. And no, they're not getting unbanned. Despite including dipshits putting snide response emotes like this. See ya. And then the names of the people putting the emotes in. Very interesting. Very interesting. So let's take a look at the hate brigade that I was trying to send to his Discord. So this is the tweet. I put this out on the 6th of April, mind you. This was, when was this? I think this was like Thursday or so. So, yeah, the 24th. It was the 24th. No, the 23rd. It was the 23rd. The 23rd, he put this out. That was like 2 weeks earlier. I posted this 2 weeks earlier. I don't know how the fuck he dug this out. Like, can you just search up Heartbound and then this shows up? Like, I'm very confused. But anyway, what I said was, the Heartbound update is late as expected. Gnome's Butt's hardest dick writer is here to protect him. I wouldn't be surprised if this is an alt. So, this is the first image. He ats everyone in the Discord. Heartbound update should be this week. I had to rework all the dialogue for Road to make it make more sense. Her original out through this area didn't account for the potential timeline of you fighting her in the Dark World. Going to do all the implementation live like we did last time. Gives a good talk about the game and the systems involved. Animus is tough as hell in these routes, with all these routes, and I can't wait for it to be finished. So he's talking about how it's going to be late, right? This was the 3rd. And I posted this on the 6th, which is whatever. Anyway. And then people in his Discord were like fighting about it. And it was this Ricky guy. Delayed, said to be released on the 5th, not released. And it wasn't. And then Mike, fucking hate Mike. Hate Mike. He says, he posted a link to his reasoning, Pirate Software's reasoning or excuse. Better word for it. And then he says, thanks for sharing this, but it doesn't really excuse it. Deadline was missed last month, guaranteed by 1 day, so no big deal. And this month it's a week. Thor said that he should be held accountable for this sort of thing multiple times in the past, which is true. That is very true. Thor did say that in the past. So I don't know why he feels so differently now. And then Mike says, unforeseen things is very much acceptable reason for delays in development. There's no good reason. I would 100% agree, but given the reasoning, I think it's fine this time. And I think his reasoning was like, oh man, this is so tough. Man, making this stuff is so hard. I'm really having a hard time actually like coding for once. Man, it's so difficult. Yeah. And then Ricky says, that's debatable. Fool me once, fool me twice, all explanations so far I've found acceptable, Mike says. Ricky says, let's hope for the current lackluster delivery doesn't happen in May also. Debatable. We will see. Mike says, he's literally adding more content, hence the delay. Unexpected content. Ricky says, let's agree to disagree, trying to disengage. Mike says, it's wild to me adding more unexpected content isn't a good enough reason for delay. People truly aren't happy unless they're unhappy about something. So he's like being shitty about it, saying like, well, if it's not a good reason, then like you suck. You suck, you know, do you really even care about the update? Like, it's a good update. There's stuff coming in, you know? Anyway. Ricky says, the problem is that the promise date was for the first of every month. I don't appreciate this bad faith assumption you just made. Please don't project Reddit shitterisms on people. Mike says, and I don't appreciate the disrespect towards a dev delaying an update because of unexpected content. Disrespect? You disrespected my dad? Damn, dude. You disrespected my internet dad? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna have a continuous fucking shitstorm about this. I'm gonna shit my pants. Then Ricky says, disrespect. It's accountability. I've tried to disengage from this conversation twice. Mike says, if there isn't a good reason, then sure, but that isn't cause harem? That isn't case harem? Feel free to not reply then. Mike. Fucking hate Mike. And then Ricky says, that's what I mean with time management. Typically, the release date would have been on a promised date without the unexpected delay. It's happened 2 months in a row. But WE, I don't know what that means. You have your take, I have mine, have a good one. Trying to disengage once again. Mike says, it's not time management. It's literally something that was unexpected. It isn't 2 months in a row trying to be more understanding. Wave emoticon. Ricky says, the March update was also delayed. The expectation I have is the first rolls in and bam, cool update, because that's what was promised. Mike says, clearly Thor's reason isn't good enough for your insanely high standards. Once again, it's just accountability. He's kind of reiterated this like 3 times now. I just want to hold him accountable because I am expecting an update on the first of the month. You know? Anyway, Ricky says, if the dev says we're delivering on the first of every month, and that doesn't happen, I don't think the standards are insanely high. If I go to my boss and say, on the first of every month, I'll do X, and I don't do it, and tell my boss, yeah, your standards are insanely high, I get the road. Oh yeah, road being he gets fired. Which is true. Like, I defend what this Ricky guy says, even though he licks Pirate Software's boots. Because he's right. He's totally right. Mike says, and if nothing came as a result, you'd have a point. That's not what happened here, and the fact that you're dismissing it just reeks of entitlement. So, good day, sir. Good day. Fucking Mike. Ricky says, man, you don't have to talk like such an ass. Wow, disrespectful as fuck. Which is true. So fucking true. I'm not sure. Well, we'll see in a second. I posted this. I thought it was really funny. And I'm really curious how Pirate Software found this tweet. Because he blocked me. He blocked me. I posted this back in February. He blocked me in February. We can find out right now. I'm still blocked. I'm not sure how this, like, blocking stuff works, but I'm pretty sure if you, like, block someone, you won't be able to see their, like, tweets or anything. You won't be able to be mentioned. Yeah, it says here, you won't be able to engage with them. You cannot follow or message Pirate Software. But I can still view his posts, obviously. But yeah, I thought it was very strange. I don't know how he found this. I don't know if he, like, searched it up. I don't know if he, like... what's it called? Like, had someone send it to him. Maybe Kronos was guarding again. We never know. We'll never know until they admit it, I guess. But that's what I'm really curious about. And get to the next one. This is after his post here. Ricky says, well, that sucks. I don't like being on Twitter like that. I'll probably refrain from posting from now on if that can happen. And I think what he does here, this Ricky guy does from now on, is so... It's so pathetic. He's like, I don't like being weaponized. I don't want to be used like this. Come on, please. Please, Thor. I'm on your side. I'm on your side, Thor. Oh my god. But yeah. Thor says, this happens every day, my dude. Every day? You linked a tweet from the 6th. It's the 23rd. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Why, if it happens every day, why are you digging through the trenches to find my tweet? Digging through, like, weeks of messages to find it. I'm very curious if it really is every day, or if you're just, like, trying to get sympathy points from your audience. Like, my eyebrows are raised to the highest degree. I'm very confused, and I'm very skeptical. Very, very skeptical. But then Thor says, why do you think I'm pissed off? We have to ban hundreds of people a day on Discord, streams, etc. for this shit. Most of them just say random fucking garbage, and some of them act like they're heart-bound stakeholders. The grand majority of people screaming about this don't even own the game and never have. We'll find out about that. I might play the game soon. We'll see. I saw some like really funny clips from a Chud Logic stream. It was really fucking funny. And as expected, the game is buggy as hell. Anyway, I won't spoil it too much. But he says that each person I look into is just a wall of hate comments and nothing else. And then he says, an example of the Bonquiki green guy just banned. He says, Mike, if you pay for food at a restaurant and the chefs were screaming fuck-ass games, PC setup in the stove, would you be upset that you aren't getting your food? Yeah. Yeah, you would be. I would be upset. I'd be upset. Walking into the kitchen, bitch ass is playing Monster Hunter Wilds, cooking simulated food and not my food? Like, fuck no. Fuck no. Oh my god. That's barely an update. He rewrote an entire section of the game with no clear reason. That's not really adding content nor update worthy. Did the update come out? And he said, or Thor said, those are the only messages he ever sent. Literally just rage bait accounts. Debatable. I think it was kind of confirmed that this person was cow tipping on the farms, which, yeah. I wouldn't consider my post cow tipping. I wasn't like adding everybody. I just kind of like posted it because I thought it was funny. Yeah, I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that he would have posted this on his Discord. It's funny as fuck, dude. But anyway, next message, Thor says, literally just rage bait accounts. And yes, I fucking stream. You know why? Because I run a company with 15 employees and a rescue with 60 plus animals to take care of. A small indie game doesn't pay for that. And despite that, I still fucking work on it. I still work on it. Despite it all. Despite it all, I still work on it. Sure, buddy. Sure. Here's another post from him. He says, not less focused at all. People have this narrative that I don't care and I've scammed money out of people. You kind of did, buddy. In reality, I stream so that I can work on the game. There isn't a day job out there that just lets me dork around writing narratives all day. Streaming lets me keep everyone's jobs intact, run the rescue, and work on my games. My favorite part about this circular logic from people is this. My favorite part about this is the circular logic from people. You're a big streamer, so you have lots of money. You should make the game all day, every day, and every minute, so you don't. You're a scam. Okay, bad grammar there. Why can't you work on the game if you don't stream? Clown shoe behavior. To put it simply, if I stop streaming, I have to fire 15 people and close the ferret rescue. AKA, that takes priority and I still work on the game anyway. Yes. I find it very interesting that you have 15 people working for you. I'm not sure if the math has been done yet or the research. I think like 5 or 10 of them are mods. 3 of them are, well, I think he like double counts his girlfriend, boyfriend. Shane, he was talking about earlier. And they do, what's it called? They do the art for Heartbound and they take care of the ferrets. Sounds like a lot more work than Thor does, personally. But yeah. You can stream and work on the game. I'm sure he has, well, I keep like thinking like, well, he did go homeless at one time because he didn't know how to spend his money. Do you guys remember that? The Second Life era where he was like, yeah, I blew all my money because I was like, I felt like hot shit and I thought I could do whatever and I thought it would last forever. So I imagine he hasn't saved a lot of money. In my opinion. Not my opinion. Allegedly. Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised. If I were him, I would try to get it done and over with, you know? Just like, get out of the way, you know, your fans are like asking for it. It's become your whole identity. You know, wouldn't you try to like code some things on stream? Like, it's not like all of it is like dialogue and like story beats, you know? I think it's totally possible to do, especially if people are getting mad at you over it, trying to hold you accountable. Wouldn't you want to like show people that you are working on it? Like, huh? And like another question I have, he said that it was a delay because he wanted to add extra stuff. And then this extra stuff started compounding over the month. Like, what? I'm raising my eyebrows again. So at the first of the month you're like, it's going to release at the end of this week. It'll release on the 5th. It'll release later this week because of, let's look at this. Because you're reworking a route. Okay. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see how many megabytes this next update's gonna be. But yeah, clown shoe behavior. Thought that was funny. I have to fire 15 people. I mean, you don't. If you're responsible with your money, you wouldn't have to do that. Here's another post from him. And all I get all day are dipshits trying to clout chase with posts like this. And that post is this one. At Pirate Software, people are giving you shit because your RPG, Heartbound, has been in development for 7 years. It's been 8 years. It has less actual game in it than Ao Oni does. I don't know what that game is. It's probably good. Take a deep breath and make your fucking game. I could have finished it in the time it takes you so far. It's probably true. He also says, and yes, this is a gauntlet being thrown at Mr. Pirate Software picks it up. I've literally just good value Heartbound. It'll probably only take me maybe 4 years? Considering I know little of programming. 20 experience in the game industry. As skill increases, any of your two things will happen. A, you get faster to do the same job, or B, you just take as much time to do a far better job. If you're getting better at something results in time loss and quality reduction, then what you're doing is lying to people. There's no debate. Fucking true! This dude is true as fuck. And I also find it surprising that he fucking sniped this tweet sniped it within an hour of it being posted. Crazy shit. Probably because he added him, but yeah, very interesting. Yeah, you would think that he'd be better at coding, faster at coding even, for as long as he has been quote unquote making the game. You know? It's very interesting. Very interesting. So, next one. This was a clip from his stream, I think recently. Someone TTS'd in and fucking licked his balls and said, "Damn, dude, you're doing so good. You're such a big boy. Man, we love you so much." And this is resulting crash out rant.
It's fine.
I'll never understand why the mere mention of your name can cause such a knee-jerk reaction in some people.
It's gotten weird.
In any case, my opinion of you will never change. And even though you could be any other way, don't. You're an amazing human being. I look forward to fight you in June.
I can't wait to fight you in Dune. But also, you say, your opinion of me can never change. It should. People change over time. And that's okay. Having opinions change over time is fine. Just be mad about things that are real and provable. If you are mad because you read something on Reddit and you never checked to see if any of that was true or talked to a person, you are having a problem. That is a weird parasocial experience at that point. You are angry because somebody else said something and you never verified if it was true or not. That's bad. Not just for me, but for you, that is bad. If you are just angry over things that you read on the internet without checking those claims, you're going to have a huge problem for the rest of your life. Always verify claims like that. Always, no matter what the claims are. Some people hate success. That's the problem. It's called jealousy. I don't even think it's jealousy. I don't. I think it's people want to be part of something greater than themselves because the world is very chaotic right now. And because of that, people don't feel like they have a place where they have control. And a good way to have control is to put down somebody else because you feel righteous in doing so because they're a villain right now. And if you read things that tie into that and you go, man, this person's a really big villain, I'm going to make the world a better place. I'm fighting back against the chaos that I have to deal with on a daily basis. You feel like a hero. It's a really easy way to fall into that trap of saying, I'm the good guy. That guy's the bad guy. Everyone is saying he's the bad guy, so it must be true. But you never actually check to see if they were a bad guy in the first place. That's the problem. And you know why I know that? Because we've seen it time and time again on the internet. It's Coney 2012 all over again. And you'll see it again with more people. You'll see it with me. You'll see it with other people on the internet. Over and over again, you will see this play out with every new generation as they grow up and learn to check before they speak. It's never going to stop. Do your research and make up your own mind. Damn right. Who's Coney? Oh, Coney 2012. Who here doesn't know what Coney 2012 was?
I think the most surprising thing about this clip to me is the fact that he thinks he's as big as Coney 2012. Like, damn. Damn, dude. Really? You do? But I think he's mixing up some things. No, Thor. You are not a cool supervillain. Unfortunately, you are not. But I think a lot of people want to hold you accountable. Rightfully so, like you said. You know, if you slip up, you'd like to have people hold you accountable, right? And he's having this pushback. And he thinks it's hate. But I think most people are like, well, we just want you to finish your game. You had a Kickstarter for $20,000 8 years ago, and you've been dragging your feet to make this game. He said that he was going to have monthly updates. He said he was going to have monthly updates, and he has not. He simply has not. And he said that he wanted us to hold him accountable, right? That's what people are doing. That's what people are doing. Truly, truly, honest to God, I have a full heart of, what is it? Purity. No hate. No hate coming from me. Trust me, guys. Trust me. I would never hate. I would never hate on Pirate Software. And I say people should hold him accountable for his quote-unquote promises. Because he can't seem to hold them straight himself. He can't seem to have the wherewithal to code on his own time and finish it. I think another thing... Oh, hold on. We'll talk about that later, but yeah. Let's continue watching this.
Right.
I think he talks about Coney 2012 for a while.
Who here doesn't know
It's
what Coney
retarded.
2012 was?
I just remembered something. This is coming from the guy that thinks that everything he does is overwhelming good for the world. He does everything because it is, like, objectively good. Yeah, that's what he said. Objectively good. Everything I do is objectively good. Everything I do. Because I want to make the world a better place. Coming from this guy. Question mark. Eyebrow raise. Okay. All right, buddy. All right.
On socials, over and over and over. Because people are really easy to manipulate in situations like that. Because they get an emotional attachment to something and they feel like they're part of something greater than themselves. It's constant. I'm looking into the company behind the Defiance revival. It's not passing the sniff test. Why? If they're posting about Coney, then everybody is going to ignore it, right? They're going to ignore you. They're like, oh, he's not part of it. Or they're going to turn against you if you speak out against it. Be like, does this even make sense? Now you're a villain. Now you're a bad guy. We see this quite a lot. Pretty much any new game that gets released, pretty much any political thing that happens, divisive characters or narratives about those divisive people that may or may not be true. It just turns into a social media bandwagon where everybody feels like they're doing a better thing in the world. They're fixing the world because they're, posting about it or getting angry about something or yelling about something or just applying criticism or whatever it goes into. But in reality, they're just being assholes. They're being assholes while thinking they're fixing things.
Oh man, they're being assholes. No, don't be an asshole to me. He's definitely conflating. Well, I mean, I don't know. People can be assholes about it, but I think he's artistically misreading what people are saying, He threw this whole fit in his Discord because people were saying that the update wasn't released, and he just simply could not release it on time. He did not update people. I think until his, crash out in Discord, people were kind of, up in the air about it for about a week or two. Because he said he was going to release it at the end of the week of the 6th. Hold on, let me see. Does this say what day? Oh, no. But anyway. He said he was going to release it the week of this. He said he was going to release it on the 5th, and then that week. And then people were like, hey, what happened? Where is it? Hey, is it ever going to get released? And he didn't. It was silence. Complete silence. Besides his fucking bootlickers saying, just wait, dude, just wait. The big update is coming out. You just have to wait. You have to be patient. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. He thinks he's Coney 2012. Coney 2012. Sure you are. And I think I keep saying this, but I guess there would be some portion of people being like, oh, it's for the greater good that we take down this awful streamer. We have to take him down. And honestly, I think most people are just laughing at him, He's so pathetic. So pathetic. Screaming and crying and pissing and shitting in his Discord over mean comments. Online. Mean comments in his chat. Manage him? Sure plucked some nerves. What is it? Plucked some nerves on him. Manage him. 2 words. That's all it took. He's a sensitive crybaby. Sensitive Nepo crybaby. It is crazy. Crazy. I'm sorry if you guys heard that. That was like my alarm. Crazy. But yeah. Let's continue. Here's another clip. I'm not too sure if I remember this clip. We'll watch it.
Your community is made of yes men that don't think for
yes
themselves.
Men.
I mean, no, they're not. There's a lot of people that will disagree with me in the community, and we argue about shit all the time. The difference is most of the people that are here do something called trusting but verifying. Instead of just believing whatever they just read on Reddit out of hand and then running into here and screaming about it like children shitting on the ceiling, they actually go, is this true? And that's the critical step that's missing for people like you. And that's sad.
That is the critical step that is missing. Let's take a second to remember this one.
As possible. To be honest with you, with the monthly builds now coming up, I have a restriction on me where I have to produce content for you every month, and I can't just keep pushing it off because I'm busy with everything else that it takes to run a business. This forces my hand to make sure that I have to stay accountable to you guys and release new content for the game. That's going to make it.
I want to be held accountable by you guys, and I don't want my other responsibilities to hold me back. Honestly, the amount of negativity that I get when I release content doesn't make me want to work on it anymore. People are calling him out. Oh my god. No way, I just fucked up my shit. Oh my god, dude. My shit is fucked. Okay. Back to it. People call him out in his Discord, and he thinks it's rage baiting. He thinks it's rage baiting. He thinks people are throwing a fit on his Discord. Thinks that they're, like, having this crazy crusade against him. When they're just trying to hold him accountable. They're holding him accountable for his actions. For his own self-set fucking regulations that he asked the community to hold him accountable for? Fucking crazy. The loops, the mental gymnastics that are running through him. Is he just saying stuff and then forgetting it immediately? Like, what is happening? What is happening? That is crazy, dude. Crazy. Oh, this one. And yes, I fucking stream. You know why? Because I run a company with 15 employees and a rescue with 60 plus animals to take care of. Think of the animals. Think of them. A small indie game doesn't pay for that. And despite that, I still fucking work on it. I still fucking work on it. Like it's some service, dude. And I thought that this clip was very funny in retrospect. This was after the what is it? Yeah, I guess Managem episode. We'll see. I think it's very, very funny in retrospect.
How do you manage combining gaming with the work you have? A method? Yeah, so I stream for 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. After the stream, I go and work on other stuff, usually to the tune of about 16 hours each day. Outside of that, on the 2 days I have off, which is Wednesday and Thursday, I do 3 hours of time for myself on those days, and the rest of the entirety of that 13 hours is spent working on things outside of that. So, like, not streaming, just working. And that's it. Yeah. But it seems too much work for you. Not for me.
Not for me. Not too much work for me.
What is this? Oh, wait. Here's another one of these weirdos. Let me see. Bro, you're playing games and making Game Maker games. Don't act like you work harder than even 1% of our population. I'm a CEO of a company with 17 employees. I work 16 hours a day. I have to manage all of those employees across all of the different states and countries that they live in to make sure that we are fully legally compliant across all of them. If you think that is not work in some way, you're insane. Yeah.
17 employees? Man, dude. 16? He always pulls this card out. Hey, dude, you play games and you make Game Maker games. I have 17 employees and I have a ferret rescue. And I stream and I am legally compliant in all territories. Don't you remember? God, I work so hard. It's like a card that he pulls out every single time. Every single time. It is so fascinating. So fascinating. And I wanna point out one thing. He says 17. 17 in this video. That was in January. And he says 15 in this one. What happened to the 2 employees, Thor? What happened, Jason? Do you have to fire them? Do you have to fire him because money's getting kind of tight? What's going on? What's going on, man? Maybe he was exaggerating these clips, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they didn't like the working conditions. That's all my speculation. Very alleged. Yeah, I just... yeah. I really do wonder what it's like inside of his head. I really do. I can't imagine having so much turmoil, sifting around, getting so much negative feedback, and, like, vacuuming it up like he needs more. It is crazy. Crazy. And all he had to do was click that manage him. And this all could have gone away. He could have been saved. He could have been saved. Oh, sadly not. Sadly not. Anyway, this last clip is just the manage him clip. Because I thought it would have been worth adding in. Because, you know, a nice little capstone to the end of the stream. I love it. It's beautiful, truly.
Boss is coming too, watch out.
Yeah. Well, I got shield wall. God damn it.
Run.
Just run. Can you target dummy?
I can target dummy, yeah. Should I do it?
Just kill the massive. Yeah, target dummy. Kill the massives.
No.
Ah! No way you cucked me like this. No way I got cucked. Yeah. Crazy.
I'll see how you...
Oh, I'm getting cucked. It's too high quality. Too high quality. Yeah. We all know what happens in this clip. I think I showed it in the beginning. Yeah. I think Pirate Software is stuck in a loop. He got a lot of hate a couple months ago, and he continues to believe that he's still getting hate. He feeds us with content by continuing to respond to people talking about it, locking his Steam forums, banning 2 people from his Discord, crashing out on his Discord, just like complaining, having contradicting clips of him online, wanting to be held accountable while also complaining and yelling and banning people when he's held accountable. Yeah. We'll see if this update is released on the 1st of May. We really will. And I honestly don't have super high hopes. If it comes out in May, I'll be playing it. I'll be playing it. I want to see how fast I can play it, you know? Will I be able to get the Steam? Oh my... Fuck! Fuck you. Will I be able to get, like, finish it in time to where I can refund it on Steam? That'd be pretty funny. Honestly, though, it'd probably be so buggy that I'd, like... what's it called? Not be able to finish it on time because I'm trying to configure the game, trying to fucking get out of the fucking, trying to find the non-existent exit button, you know? Yeah. Jesus. And I already know what you guys are saying. But, Bebosis, it's you. You're the hater. You're the troll. And you know what? I'll accept it. I do hate and I do troll. But I also want to see this guy get better. I want to see him fulfill his promises and finish his game. And stop responding to the haters. 'Cause that's just what I do. I'm just such a good guy. Everything I do, it's for the greater good, honestly. Anyway, I'll stop trolling. Thank you for joining if you joined. I hope you all had a good night. I know this one was short, but I haven't streamed in a while, and I felt like I needed to, especially after all this. But yeah, we'll see. I'll probably see you guys close to the 1st. Anyway, bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.